Arcadian Vanguard presents The Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Thursday, May 25th, 2023. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with AEW Dynamite presented live last night on TBS from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. After weeks of speculation, AEW President and CEO Tony Khan revealed the inaugural episode of AEW Collision will debut at the United Center on Saturday, June 17th.
The first episode of AEW Collision will take place Saturday, June 17th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central on TNT from the United Center in Chicago, Illinois. I'm looking forward to a great show, and I'm sure you are too.
The main event of Dynamite saw ROH World Tag Team Champions the Lucha Brothers defeat Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta to retain the title after Penta pinned Yuta. During the finish, the Young Bucks came out from underneath the ring to thwart Claudio's attempt to break up the fall.
Now, gotta get that Alex off the pin.
What's going on with Claudio? The Young Bucks! They're under the ring! The Young Bucks under the ring! You've got to be kidding me! The double stop fear factor! Kick out! And the Lucha Brothers retain! What the hell?
AEW World Champion MJF ran down the fans as well as his opposition while cutting a go-home promo for his four-way title match at Double or Nothing.
Tony Khan and all of you are hitting the panic button because you desperately want somebody to take the Triple B off of me, don't you, yeah? Is that right? Well, guess what? You should be worried, because I just may take my ball and go home. Because this is my ball. I earned this ball. I took this ball. And I have run with it faster than anyone can keep up around here. And this Sunday, you people are going to find out, yes, the three of these men are supremely talented. But much like the rest of this roster, none of them are on the level of the devil.
MJF was then confronted by his three opponents for Sunday. First was Darby Allin, whom he kicked in the groin. As Sammy Guevara came down to the ring, MJF ran up the entrance ramp, where he was met with a clothesline from Jungle Boy Jack Perry. A contract signing was held between Chris Jericho and Adam Cole for their unsanctioned match this Sunday. After both had signed, Cole revealed that iconic ECW wrestler Sabu would be in his corner at Double or Nothing, along with Roderick Strong, to counteract the Jericho Appreciation Society.
This is a guy that I idolized growing up, and trust me when I tell you, he as one man is crazier than all five of you combined.
Who's crazier than the Jericho Appreciation Society?
Homicidal. Suicidal.
Oh, no.
Genocidal.
No way.
His name is Sabu.
What the? What?
Sabu came down to the ring and threw a chair in the face of Matt Menard, causing the rest of the JAS to flee. Mark Briscoe slapped both Dax Harwood and Jeff Jarrett during a segment where he confronted FTR over Harwood accidentally pile-driving him 2 weeks ago. Briscoe will serve as the special referee for the AEW World Tag Team title match between FTR, Jarrett, and Jay Lethal on Sunday. The program opened with Orange Cassidy making the 22nd defense of the AEW International Championship, defeating Kyle Fletcher. Shortly after the match ended, company president Tony Khan tweeted out that Fletcher and his Aussie Open partner Mark Davis have signed an agreement to make AEW their home promotion. On Sunday, Fletcher and Davis vacated the IWGP World and NJPW Strong Tag Team Championships due to Davis undergoing arthroscopic knee surgery. Fightful Select reported yesterday that Davis and Fletcher have been working without a contract with New Japan and that WWE had shown interest in signing the duo. Also on the show, Roderick Strong defeated Daniel Garcia, Juice Robinson and Jay White attacked Ricky Starks during a backstage interview segment, Taya Valkyrie defeated Lady Frost, and the House of Black retained the AEW World Trios titles with a victory over Blake Christian, AR Fox, and Metalik. The announcement of AEW Collision taking place in Chicago indicates CM Punk is now on his way back to the company. On Wednesday, Wrestling Inc.'s Raj Giri noted during a Twitter Spaces discussion that Punk was sent legal documents stating, quote, AEW sent a legal notice to Punk yesterday that he either has to comply or they're going to file suit against him, end quote. Fightful Select also reported that Punk had been sent legal documents to sign prior to his return, but could not confirm the details. The announcement of Chicago as the location for the first Collision was expected last week, but that decision reportedly changed when Punk objected to longtime friend Ace Steel having to work remotely as opposed to being on site for events. Despite all of the conjecture about his return over the last week, reporting on Punk's return indicated his relationship with AEW CEO Tony Khan was sound, and the two had remained in communication. In ratings news, Tuesday night's NXT on USA Network brought in 578,000 viewers overall, up slightly from last week's 564,000, according to Showbuzz Daily. The 18 to 49-year-old key demographic rating for the episode was .16, representing 209,000 viewers, up 14% from last week, according to WrestleNomics. Despite finishing 14th among cable programs, Tuesday's number ties NXT's fourth highest rating of the year in the demo. In New Japan news, New Japan Pro Wrestling presented the 10th night of the Best of the Super Juniors tournament yesterday in Osaka. It was the final night of Block B tournament matches. Bushi defeated Francesco Akira, Dan Maloney topped Clark Connors, Master Wato beat Kevin Knight, Yoshinobu Kanemaru pinned Yo, and El Desperado knocked off Robbie Eagles. El Desperado and Master Wato each finished block play with 14 points, and the two now move on to face each other in the semifinals tomorrow in Tokyo. Friday's other semifinal matchup sees the top two finishers in Block A face off. Speedball Mike Bailey and Titan meet to decide who advances to the final on Sunday in Ota City. New Japan also issued a statement on the condition of Mercedes Moné this morning, which read, quote, during her match with Willow Nightingale in the main event of Resurgence May 21st, Mercedes Moné sustained an injury to her right ankle. Moné underwent a thorough appraisal of her injury immediately after her match and began treatment. New Japan Pro Wrestling joins fans in wishing Moné a full and fast recovery, end quote. Moné was injured during her match against Willow Nightingale on Sunday night when she lost her balance on the turnbuckles and fell to the floor. As a result, the pair improvised a finish which saw Nightingale pin Moné to become the first NJPW Strong Women's Champion. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.